Nintendo just released a new trailer for the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup and Bellabel Park game, which is slightly disconcerting. I don't want to go into the whole thing now, but like, you know, we're hoping to get a direct in February. We kind of need one more than ever, so it's always a little scary when Nintendo starts giving us trailers and stuff like before the time when we would have one, because that does often mean that we're not going to get one, because why would they not have just waited? But it's probably too early to start worrying about that. So yeah, I'm going to watch the thingy, and then I will talk about the thingy.
The Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup and Bellabel Park game adds more multiplayer fun to the Flower Kingdom. A variety of multiplayer attractions can be found in Bellabel Park's Attraction Central. Here, you'll find 2 large plazas. In local multiplayer
I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks.
17 attractions in versus or co-op play. Up to 4
in
people
higher resolution.
can join the excitement on the same system. Game share is also supported. If
I think
one
it's going to
player
look
has
real
the
good.
game, they can share locally with others.
I mean, it already looked good, but
Game Room Plaza supports
real
mobile
good.
wireless or online play with everyone on separate systems.
That's fun.
Up to 12 friends can compete, each with their own screen. 6 attractions can be played this way.
Yeah, that's a bunch of
Whether
just
you're
plainly
teaming up
new
with
games.
Or working against family and friends, the 2 plazas
That's kinda cool.
in Attraction Central host a variety of ways to play.
Yeah, a lot of new mini games. Oh, Toad Brigade.
Another explorable area in Bellabel Park is Camp Central. Here, in the Toad Brigade tent, you can take on training set in courses from the main game.
Is this our single player stuff?
Coins, quick!
Up to 4 players on a single system can join the challenge.
No, it
and
is
try clearing the objective.
still
As you
multiplayer?
progress through the main game, you'll have access to even more training courses.
Maybe optional?
By
Yeah.
completing enough training, you'll rise the ranks of the Toad Brigade. Aim to become an elite explorer.
So kind of like a little challenge mode, kind of. Oh, do we get bosses?
Uh-oh. The 7 Koopalings came out of nowhere to steal the treasure of Bellabel Park. It looks like they each fled to different worlds across the Flower Kingdom.
Yay!
You'll
It is
rely
new
on
stuff.
eyewitness reports to track them down. Oh my!
Are these like new
Well,
levels?
look who it is.
Well, if that ain't Rosalina. Can you play as her?
Rosalina has made a crash landing.
Cute. Oh, that's
Stars
cute.
await.
They even give her a little reason for
With the
being
same
there.
abilities as Mario and friends, she can adventure through the Flower Kingdom.
That's cool.
She can also enjoy the attractions in Bellabel Park, of course. Plus, Rosalina's little friend, Luma, is here to assist.
Little friend there.
Luma can be selected when you have 2 or more players. You can make them fly around the course and support your pals.
Really? That's kind
Luma
of surprising.
won't take damage, but they can spin to defeat enemies and collect coins.
That's cute.
Additionally, you can play as Luma using mouse controls, making for a more intuitive experience, so even players less familiar with standard controls can enjoy the adventure. Assist mode is also being added. In the main Super Mario Bros. Wonder game, no matter who you play as, you won't take damage.
That's kind of cool.
And if you fall, you'll be saved by
So it
a
doesn't matter who
propel
you play
flower
as.
instead of losing a life. Whether you're playing for the first time or revisiting the Flower Kingdom, you can enjoy these courses to the fullest using your favorite characters. Oh! Let's go!
Gang's all here.
Mario
Wait, hold on.
Brothers
What did I
Wonder
just see?
Nintendo Switch
Hold
2
on.
Edition, plus Meetup in Bellabel Park,
Give me a sec,
Mario
hold
Brothers.
What did I just see? I just, like, my brain was, like, I was kind of, like, eyes glossing over. Like, it's fine. Sizzle reel. Okay, so it's a flower pot, and he turns into a flower. Okay, new power-up. And you make a little flower, and what? It makes a
Super
platform?
Mario Brothers Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus
March.
Meetup in Bellabel Park, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, March 26th.
March 26th.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already have Super Mario Brothers Wonder on Nintendo Switch
I'm one of
can
those.
upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Meetup in Bellabel Park by purchasing the Upgrade Pack. 3 amiibo figures from Super Mario Brothers Wonder
Now we're getting
will
amiibos?
also be available.
Sorry, amiibo?
From Super Mario.
Huh. It's always weird when we get them kind of like weirdly after the fact. But, okay. Poplin and Prince Florian. That's cute. Captain Toad and Talking Flower. That's cute, too. I like that. Elephant Mario is pretty cool. You know, not that I'm going to buy any of these, but that's cute. I like that. Captain Toad. He's got his own little amiibo now. Aw.
Mario Brothers Wonder
Good for
will
him.
also be available.
Good for him. Yeah, so give me a sec here. I'm gonna watch through it a couple more times, and then I will talk about it. Okay, so I have taken a better look at all of this, and yeah, I am a little bit disappointed when they first announced this. It was like, oh, there's gonna be some other stuff too, and I kind of got this idea in my head that there was gonna be like a second part that was going to be all like the single player stuff, but then I in recent months I've been like, yeah, I don't think that's actually gonna I don't think it's actually gonna happen. I think it's gonna be mainly focused on the multiplayer, and I am sad to see that for the most part, it seems like that is a correct assessment. The multiplayer stuff really does seem like the main attraction, you know, like that really is what the main purpose of this, and it's like you know, I've never been a big multiplayer guy. I've got that, like, kind of the anti-multiplayer bias. So, like, I don't want to be too harsh on it. Like, obviously, there is an audience for this, and, you know, there's been a precedent for multiplayer 2D Mario since the Wii one. It's something that Nintendo has consistently wanted to introduce. So it makes sense. And, you know, even the original Mario Wonder, they had, like, the cool, like, Dark Souls style, like, player ghost system. So it shouldn't be surprising to see them leaning more into that. At the same time, I don't know. It does kind of feel like a little bit surprising. Just because, like, I don't know. The multiplayer stuff is cool, but I just never hear anyone asking for it. You know, like, there's so many things that the game could have used. It was such a good game. And it was like, there was so much, it was like, it was a great game that was like almost perfect, but it was kind of flawed. Like it, you know, in like the boss battles and a couple things. And then like, it also just had a lot of potential. So we really did want some kind of like DLC, some kind of extra content, but like extra multiplayer stuff. I never really saw it on anyone's list, you know? So I don't know how much of a demand there is for this. But at the same time, it looks cool. I do like how many different, like, just kind of modes of gameplay it introduces, you know? It's like all of these is its own little individual kind of activity. Each one has you usually moving in a different way. Yeah, you've got, like, the propellers going up. You're riding on the skate shoe. You're on these little rockets, or I really do like the bouncing ball one. I don't know why. Just something about just grabbing onto a ball, just hanging on for dear life and bouncing around on it. It does look fun. It looks kind of cool. It's really, I mean, you know, I'll try it out for a bit, and you know, I probably won't ever do the local multiplayer one. I don't think they are distinct. I don't think all of these modes are completely distinct. There's one one section of the park for online play, and then the other one is for local multiplayer. But it looks like there's some you know, similar ones across both. You've got the propeller one there, and I think it's over here. You see the skate one on both sides. So I'm not 100% sure. But I'm sure that a lot of it might just come down to, in some modes, you need players to have their own screen, and in some modes, you do everything together. So all the ones where you can do everything on one screen, that's probably the local multiplayer one. Then the rest is for online. It's cool that it goes up to 12 players online. That's kind of cool. That's, you know, it ain't no battle royale. You know, it's not 100 or 99, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good little chunk of games. It's really not the kind of thing I'm super interested in, but it does look kind of fun. And, you know, if the online is good, and I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun enough. But yeah, let's move on to the rest of the stuff. There is other stuff, and you know what? I'm excited. Even if there isn't like a really big single player element here, what we're getting is a couple like kind of smaller multiplayer single player elements, you know, not like a whole new campaign, but it is something. The Camp Central, this is actually pretty exciting. With really any game, I just love challenge modes. You know, you take the game and just give me a list of little challenge stages to do. And we have seen a similar thing, New Super Mario Brothers U, that had like a challenge mode. I haven't played all of them. I didn't play the 3DS one, so I don't know if that one did or not, but it's good to see it make a return here. Yeah, it's just little challenges. They take place within the actual courses, but it looks like little just kind of chunks that are like cut out. You're in like a little area, collect coins in time, defeat enemies, and there even seems to be like a progression system. So it's not just clear every challenge or get like high scores or whatever. You're actually like, you're unlocking the challenges as you go, as you complete them. And you're adding to your points, and you're using your points to like level up within the Toad Brigade. I really do like how this is like tied to Captain Toad and the Toad Brigade. I really like it whenever they use those characters. What is with that? Just like, he just looks like he's seen something. He's looking up in the sky and seeing like a cosmic horror or something. But no, it's great. No, like that's great. Yeah, it's not a whole big campaign, but that is definitely something that I am excited to engage with. I really do like the idea. It's, you know, it's such a great game. It's super fun to play. The gameplay is so tight. I just love it. It's my absolute favorite 2D Mario to control by a country mile. And so yeah, I love all of its ideas. I love playing it. So I'm very excited to engage with this new mode here. Just something to do, just like a checklist to just go down the list and unlock everything and try to get the high ranking honor of being king of the Toad Brigade or whatever. So yeah, I really do like that. That does seem to be our main single player thing. Except we do have this other thing. We just don't know how big of a thing it is. That's it. Track down the Koopalings. So one of the biggest criticism of the game really was just that the bosses were not very good. And it was funny. You know, I've always criticized the Koopalings and just been like, it's always the same ones over and over again. But I was like, you know what? This game could use some Koopalings. Just like, because they would have at least been boss battles instead of just like jumping on a robot and hitting a button. Or like fighting Bowser Jr. a couple times. So it is funny that they brought back the Koopalings, and I'm like happy about it. And I don't know if this actually is like them sort of introducing boss battles in a way. So like they are reusing the old levels, so this is not introducing any new levels, but it is like a little story thing. There is like a thing to it, you know, so it's like the introduction of a game or a campaign. They take all the bells and you gotta go find them. But it looks like they are contained within previous levels, and you've got to like go and find Captain Toad, and then like you gotta track him down. There's like a report. I found one of the Koopalings deep in a forest. I'll hide in the trees so I can keep an eye on her. The forest does seem different than usual today. So yeah, I don't know if this is like literally just following the clues. Like it gives you a clue about where to find the Koopaling. I presume there's like one per world or whatever. I mean, I was one of the weird freaks who loved the hide and seek levels. Most people did not. So this seems like the kind of thing that I'll probably enjoy trying to find them. It may annoy a lot of people and may just want to look it up. I don't know. Can they be found in different places sometimes? Probably not. There's probably just like one spot each. So yeah, if it's like literally like you got to follow the clues and find them, if that's like part of it, okay, then I guess that's kind of cool. But then here, and see, like, this is where, that's what I want to know. And then they're like, and Rosalina. I mean, forget Rosalina for a second. I'm looking at this. Is this like how they introduce boss battles? Because they go and they find her, and now she's a fish. But they're like moving through the level and she's like attacking them. So yeah, I don't know if it's like now you just have to clear the level with her, the fish, Wendy, chasing you. I don't know exactly what like the goal is, or if there is new content at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if it did lead to like an alternate path, just because I guess I will skip ahead. I'm going to talk about the power up at the end more in a bit, but with here, it's a new power up, but it was like, okay, but like where though? Where in the game? Like this is nothing but like it's multiplayer levels, and then it's single player levels that are utilizing the old levels. So where are you introducing a new power up? You can't just give us a new power up in the middle of an old level. But this looks like the same poison swamp area as this place where they are fighting Wendy Koopa. So yeah, it almost looks like it transforms into a new version, and here, yeah, kind of an alternate version of the level. So that could be where we actually do get some new ideas, some kind of like alternate, like branching paths or something. I don't know. Ultimately, it's probably not going to be a huge thing, but it is something. Yeah, it's at least something. It's bringing back maybe some kind of boss element, some little single player thing. It would have been very, very disappointing if this really was all just a big multiplayer thing. And I think it would have been silly for Nintendo too. Like they want a Switch 2 edition needs to appeal to everyone. So not even just because I'm not big on multiplayer, I really do think like it would be silly to just say this entire new content pack is just all about multiplayer. So yeah, there's something there. We don't know how substantial it is. But it is something, and I'm pleased that there is at least, I mean, there's a cutscene and everything. What else? What else could you ask for? So yeah, let's get to the Rosalina part. It's cool that they're adding a new character. Obviously, they with the original, they put so many characters in there, whereas in the past they would like start with 4. So, there's already a precedent for having just kind of like whatever character. They all basically control the same with a couple exceptions. So yeah, it's cool. They're adding, I'm like, who else are they going to add? It's the one they added to 3D World as well after the fact. So sure. And she doesn't have any special abilities because yeah, most of the characters in this game do control about the same. So she's kind of just Rosalina. I do like that they have a little lore reason. They could have just added her to the roster, but it's like, no, she had to crash land in her little ship, and that's why she's here. Thank you for acknowledging that lore is important. So yeah, it's cool that she is here, and it is funny. They're also introducing this. Nintendo loves their little sibling modes, something where you can hand a controller to like the little kid or whoever and just play along, kind of low stakes, no real fail state or anything, just kind of running around, and you just float around, you're invincible. So, and it is cute that it's a Luma, it's not just like following along on the screen or on the gamepad or whatever. You're actually a little character, and it's a Luma, and it seems like you can use it with any character, but like there's an extra element here where if you do it with Rosalina and the Luma, like that's just cute. Now it actually feels like Rosalina and her little Luma friend are moving through these levels, and like, I don't know, it's a really nice little element there. And you have the option. I'm glad it's an option to use mouse controls, because classically this has been the kind of thing that Nintendo like would have insisted on. Like Mario Galaxy, no, you have to use the pointer. New Super Mario Brothers, you have to use the gamepad. So it's nice that you can use the mouse controls with the Luma if you want. It is funny though, because in the trailer here, they suggest that that's going to be easier or more intuitive. Why do you think that? I don't know why you think. You're literally just moving a control stick. I think using a mouse is going to be quite a lot more complicated and hard for an inexperienced, especially now. Like, who even uses computer mice anymore? Kids are being raised on tablets. They don't even know what a mouse is. So that is it's a funny suggestion. But yeah, so it's cool. And then they're also adding assist mode, which is cool because the original game, you know, it had like Yoshi and Nabbit. It had characters who already were kind of like the easy mode. But what if you want to play as your favorite character, the Mario brother, and you also want it to be an easy mode? So like, it's nice that now there's an option, because like, why not? Why wouldn't there be an option? And I really do like that Nintendo has been providing more options just for things in general. Because again, like in the past, I would have expected them to just kind of not budge on things like this, but then they just thought, you know what, we should add an assist mode so that even if you want to play as these other characters and still have it be easier, then like, there you go. I think that's great. So the final thing to talk about, yeah, see, it's got to be like an alternate level, because you got to like beat Wendy and then you get the thing. So it's like, it's kind of like a new level. Oh, that is cute. Yeah. Oh, I bet that's going to be a new character right there. Because like I was talking about how on like the pin or whatever that you get for the Toad Brigade, it showed a picture of one of the, I don't remember what they're called, the weird like flower people, Floads, I believe. He's kind of like standing next to Cat. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was like a little like tag-along, aspiring Toad Brigade member or something. Could even be a little character. That'd be cute. So anyway, yeah, they didn't show... They're showing us this power-up right here, and they didn't show anything else about the Wendy thing. So I'm going to take a guess and say that this power-up is instrumental in fighting Wendy, and that's why they didn't show the actual encounter with Wendy. I think that's going to happen. I think you're going to move through this, like, alternate version of the level. You know, it's the forest, but then it goes all poison. She's chasing you, and then you get to the end, and maybe you even have a real boss battle. And you fight with this flower pot. So it's a flower pot, and it turns into I love that, by the way. You know, it's not just like, it's a you know, a small version. It's an acorn that turns you into, I like the sequence of it. Like it could have been a flower. It could be you pick up a flower and you turn into a flower, but it's like, no, you pick up a flower pot, you know, like it's a natural occurrence. You even like go into the pot and like grow into a flower. That's really cute. I do like that. So yeah, I mean, I gotta wonder what it does. He creates like a flower that rises up in the air. I suppose that would be like a platform. But at the same time, how does that help you? Because it like totally just flies away. So is that a projectile you're shooting up? I don't know what like the practical applications are. If you were playing multiplayer, then I'm sure another player could hop on top of that and you could help them get to high places. But this does not show multiple players. This is just one player. You're just hitting the boss with it. Yeah, I don't know. You know, most of their power-ups, they want them to have a lot of applications and be interesting and useful. So I don't know what else this flower thing might do. I mean, it seems very, very simple. But yeah, I don't know. That is it, though. That is pretty much it. Game's coming out in March. Not too much longer to wait. And you know, I'm looking forward to it. It's like I said earlier. I really just the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is just seeing this game running the higher resolution. You know, 4K or close to it. Where with the DLSS upscaling. The game already looked so good and so smooth and just so nice. I said it in my review, but I really do think it's one of the best looking games Nintendo has ever made. It's not like crazy graphical intensive. It's just so clean. The style, like pure style, is so good and so clean and so sharp and just so strong. So it already looked great, but the idea of seeing it blown up on the big TV and like no jaggies or anything, and I don't know, I think it's gonna... I mean, it probably won't even look that much better, again, because the way the original is presented, it already is very smooth, very clean, but it is gonna look that much better. So it doesn't have as much to gain as a lot of other games, especially ones that, you know, needed like frame rate boosts and stuff. It's not gonna be a huge jump, but it does look really good. It does look really sharp. And it is a Switch 2 edition. And historically, with Switch 2 editions, they've not just rezzed up the gameplay or whatever, the rendering. They have, like, replaced textures and stuff. So yeah, I haven't done any side-by-side comparisons, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of this stuff, some of the light, like the baked-in lighting and stuff, that could be at a higher resolution too. I really don't know. It doesn't look too different viewing it right now. I'm watching this on a 1080p screen. But I think it'll look good, and I am excited to see it. So yeah, that's it. That's all there is to say. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a lovely day.